right, I want you guys to go support Piston Mike. Y'all go to the subscribe button. He at 480 right now. Let's get him to 1,000, 100,000, 500,000, million subscribers as soon as possible, bid. Let's help him put it down. Make sure you go over there and subscribe. If you like the Pistons, you want to support me, think about sending me a donation. Best way you can help me right now is go subscribe over to Piston Mike and go help him get his numbers up, putting in work, hard work, smart work, dedicated work, consistent work. So make sure you go over there and appreciate that work. So remember, the name is Piston Mike, and I have a link in the description. If you have a problem finding it on YouTube, it'll be under source link or Piston Mike channel link in the description. Peace. All right, Paolo, Barchno, whatever. His stock up, and the Jaden Ivey stock fall last night after they lost to St. Peter's out of Jersey in the Sweet 16. All right. Let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button is the bell icon button. Michigan, I think they overachieved this year, but shout out to them. Still a little mad they lost, but like I said, they got some issues with some of their freshmen knowing how to play. I don't know why Caleb Houston was out there. He just flat out garbage this year, but he a freshman. I hope he don't think about entering the draft at all. But and that the beat guy gonna be pretty good. I like him too. Um, but St. Peter's has been nobody even know what St. Peter's existed. I thought they was talking about St. Peter's in St. Petersburg, Florida. That's a school, but I mean nothing impressive from them from the scoring aspect. Nobody had more than 30, 14 points. But in college, the game is it's kind of like this. All right, when you play a really good high octane offense in the NFL, and you slow the game down. You eat up the clock. You play a possession game, keep them off the field, take them out their rhythm. Your defense able to stop and get the ball back, whatever. You slow the game down and make it more competitive, and that's what St. Peter's is doing. They slowing the game down, to make it more competitive, and they playing defense. Even though 60 is pretty high for college basketball, they playing defense. But nonetheless, Jaden Ivey shot 4 for 12, 1 for 6 from three. He had 6 turnovers versus their pressure defense. He did have 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 personal fouls, and T. Williams was the best there. Off the bench with 16 points. So, I mean, does that kind of like take him off our board? And people have bad tournament games. That don't that doesn't define players. Okay, that shouldn't define them. I still what he did this season is still dope, still a good player, you know, and the talent's there. He's a sophomore too, but and he's what he did this year, he's still superior. Work on his ball handles a little bit more, but they had a tough game last night. It happens. Excuse me. There's been a ton of guys who had tough games in the tournament. I think didn't Trey Young have? I don't know if they made it, but didn't he have a tough game in the tournament or something like that? And you look what he did this year, man. I mean, shot on 18 points a game, 4.9 rebounds, 3.1 assists, 46% from the field. All right. He shot 35% from three, almost 36%. So yeah, he's a pretty good player. Like to see the free throws get closer to 80, even 74.4. But he's improved each in the last year. But I mean, right now when you look at Tankathon, I look at the guys up there, and I hate Duke players. I keep saying that. No offense to them. I think Paolo is the runaway. I think he's the runaway number one pick right now. Just in a vacuum. He's the number one pick right now. You look at what everybody else has done. They still got, I don't know how they still got Jabari Smith over him after that performance. No matter how many points did he average this many points, Jabari Smith. I don't remember him averaging that many points this year. Maybe they factored in. But I don't care what they say. Jabari Smith. I think if any prospect is yeah, them numbers false. I knew them numbers was false, man. I don't know what them numbers is. Well, that ain't his college average because he averaged 16.9 and 7.4. So, like I said before, he talented, but you gonna have to put him on the block more. He can't post. You just keep looking throughout everybody here, and I think he falling. I think they can say Shat Holmgren is number one based off he didn't have a great tournament neither. And well he didn't have I don't think he had a great tournament, but let's go ahead and look. I think Paolo is I think he is the fastest. He's the fastest. Right, he's number one right now. They could put Paolo, they could put Shat up there, but not only is he playing well, um, he dominant. He's dominant. When he gets the ball, it's like when he get the ball, it's no stopping him. I know people go say, "Do you He might remind you of somebody that's a little undersized, but he's not. He's 16. He probably we'll see what he measure at, but he legitimately one of those dudes that's strong as hell. Real talk. He legitimately one of them cats that's strong as hell, bro. Um, real talk. And they went up against one of the better defensive teams, especially in the half court in Texas Tech. And he did his thing. Can pass, can put the ball on the floor, can post, can shoot. I see why B. Taylor called him the modern day. Why they call him the modern day Karl Malone. I can see it. You know, um, and he giving you 17, 7.8, 3.2, 48% from the field. Um, um, what he shooting from three? From three, shooting what 33%. I live with that. I can live with that because his stroke looked natural, so I can live with that. Hell of a basketball player, but when you look, well, most of these dudes I don't know much about AJ Griffin at all. I watched him play. He really ain't standing out to me even for to be number 5. But I'm just saying. But Jabari didn't feel the furthest. And you look at Shat Holmgren, and a lot of people say, "Oh, you too weak." That is what it is. That's going. You know, that's I don't really. I'm not concerned about that because I think he's gonna play more of that stretch 4-3, type of game. Versus Arkansas, he had 11 and 14, so he got to impact the game. But I think as far as number one right now, I don't really think it's I don't even think it's excuse me. I don't even think it's close from just the guys I seen. I've seen Keegan Murray, I don't know, Sheldon Sharp. I've seen Johnny Davis a little bit. But Jalen Durham's pretty good. It's a really deep draft, but to be honest, I'm looking there. I just think Paolo Banchero is just he's the guy. He's that number one guy right now. And you know, talking about how he fits in with certain teams and how he would fit in. I just think Jaden Ivey, hell of a basketball player. You know, that would be a luxury pick in the backcourt, and with him, you would have to teach him. He would have to be off guard, and K would have to be your primary ball handler. That's the honest truth about it. Until we learn how to be the number one ball handler, he's a legit talent. Um, I think as far as they say free throw rate, points, foul, assists, 2 point, you know. So they pretty much telling he gotta get better defensively. I'm not worried about off the rebounds. I'm not turnovers gonna improve. So some of that shit he gotta be better defensively. And that's one thing Shat Holmgren give you as a defensive guy. But you look at it, you know, you put Jaden Ivey and K back there, they both is basically gonna be part-time point guards, part-time shooting guards. And it's too bad that too bad that Killian can't really morph into what he want to more. He can morph into that true point guard, which will set it off. You know, that'll set it off, man. But like I said before, like they gonna pick who, it's gonna be somebody there. But I just think Paolo Banchero is number one right now. Now, as far as true fit. I think he fit with the Pistons. You move out Jeremy Grant, you put him in, but the one thing that bothers you about some of these guys outside of probably Smith and Shat Holmgren is defensively. That kind of what kind of bothers you. It's like one thing about Shat Holmgren, you could put him at that 4 spot or that 3 spot, he gonna be okay. He can get in defending. He able to defend. He gives you more of that Evan Mobley vibe where you know he give you that athletic. He give you the athletic, versatile front court player. You know, um, and defensively he gonna do his thing, and offensively, what I'm saying, hell of a player. You know, look at how their weaknesses. You know, stat weaknesses, stat strength. He pretty much cover everything. Shooting 39% from three. You can see why. What separates him from what's his detriment is just size. Put more weight on. And it's hard for basketball players to gain weight because they just constantly in motion, constantly moving. You know what I'm saying? But he's the most complete. I see why he number one, but just talking about pure talent and pure star power, it's probably Paolo Brancho. You know what I'm saying? But Jaden Ivey, if you look in his top five, really, he the dude that's gonna handle the rock. He the dude that's where the league is going, the combo guard. You know what I'm saying? And defensively, he just got to get better, and that can happen. But even taking Paolo, you know what I'm saying? Defensively, he got to get. You still got to get better. Chad Holmgren knocks off all the boxes except for strength. Like even all the offensive rebounding being a weakness, that got something to do with strength. Muscling your way, position your way, and boxing people out. Because offensive rebound, a lot of times, unless they in true zone, you gotta muscle your way to box people out to get those offensive rebounds. Free throw rate, I don't really worry about that. From him being a 5-4-3 in the next level. So Shad has the most, he has the less limitation. His biggest limitation is just true strength. But his athleticism allows him to play off all three front court positions. That way you can master strength. Like the new power forward is the new small forward. So don't be telling hey you're gonna get dunked on. That's what happens when you're a shot blocker. Just naturally you're gonna get dunked on. You're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some. But right now, I don't really think that performance of Jaden Ivey probably hurt him. Versus St. Peters, but they hot as fish grease. But I do think out of this 5 left, Paolo Barancho is just he is the star. He's the star. But just started breaking down as far as the Pistons. I think the Pistons really, when you look at the team, guys who are going to be starting there, you don't have a defensive stopper. Think about that for a minute. Right now, who you got you can call on to put the clamps on somebody? Jeremy Grant used to be able to do it, but he might be on his way out. When the game on the line and you got to, you got Bruce Bowen, you at least going to attempt to put him on Kobe, or, whoever, Tony Allen, you're going to attempt to put it on Kobe, or you're going to attempt to put Rajah Bell on T-Mac or something like that. And, the thing about Shat Holmgren, he going to give you somebody that can give you that stopper at the end of the game potential. But you look at it, Paolo Brancho, also Jabari Smith and Jaden Ivey, they all have the ability to be great defenders, But Shat Holmgren is naturally already a great defender for this level. So when you think about it from just a pure standpoint of view,
Paolo Banchero is number one. It's straight up and down. I don't care what this board say. Jabari Smith being number two, that's a joke. Paolo Banchero is probably number one. But I understand when they got Chad Holmgren there. But Jaden Ivey still, the one thing Ivey got going for him in that top five is that it's a guards game. That's why he might go higher than anticipated. It's a guards game. And you able to put him back, if you're just looking at it, let's say they keep everything the way it is. You can plug him in the backcourt with K Cunningham, and don't nothing stop to say Jeremy Grant don't affect Jeremy Grant. So hell, but he still like to shoot the ball. So it's interesting. From you ask me, if they got the number one pick somehow, some way, and get a miracle to get the number one pick again. As it stands right now, who would be the pick in your opinion too? But measurements gonna change, workouts gonna change, systems gonna change. You say, as the team is, no moves made from here. Who would be the guy to be picked? And from a fit standpoint of view, it's Shat Holmgren. But fits don't necessarily go around, and be the best available and be the best star. So you talking about like, I need to take the best available player. And it's probably Paolo Banchero or it's between Banchero, Ivey, and Shat Holmgren. Mm-hmm. And like I said before, the reason why Shat Holmgren was probably gonna get a long, hard look, other than being a true blue chipper, is the simple fact that his versatility up front, he can defend. And that's kind of what Detroit need. They need a defender. But it's between one of them three. And and I'll talk about another Duke player later in another video. But any of them dudes up there, you'd be happy to have. And if the Pistons can flip Jeremy Grant to Portland for that Pelicans pick, I'm gonna talk about the next guy. You're gonna have to pick of the litter too. So, if you get in this range, there's a lot of two guys there, So you gotta pick it up. But things gonna change. People gonna measure shorter, people gonna measure taller, people have a bad workout, somebody might get injured in the workout. Who knows? But Bradshaw looked like a star. Like he looked like the guy that probably gonna be harder to miss. He'd like to star. K Cunningham endorsed him. I think if I had to pick today, it'd be Paolo Banchero. I put him at the 4, possibly, at the 5, but it's tough. It's between him, for me personally, it's between him and Shad and Ivey, you know. But they both give you the versatility of 4, 3. But I just think Shad Holmgren defensively, it's tough to pass up, but we'll see. We'll see, man. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit on notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live and drop the video. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Best way to donate. Thumbs up the video, share about that stuff. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We got business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. All my social media link description. Appreciate the love, support. Check Detroit Pistons Talk playlist out. Don't forget to check my main channel out right here on YouTube, Good for the TV, for more sports, music, news, and entertainment. One time for one time, peace.